Okay, so this is week 1048, and we are kicking things off. We are hosting a retreat this weekend. Just got back in town from first run around in the van. I got 100 new copies of my book in that are going to get signed and dropped in my warehouse. Weather's kind of shitty. All in all, getting things ready to rock. Also got a pretty good week of work to do. So it's Saturday morning. I got some stuff done in the van, and now I'm going to drive to Topeka to drop these off. I'm going to do an overnight. Hell yeah. Saturday adventure. Now this week being a bit more consumed and busy, it's easy for me to get frustrated with a thing like, I need to get these books to Topeka. That's a 5-hour one-way drive, so I have 10 hours of driving I need to do. There's no way to do it other than go do it, right? Like, I've got to get these books signed, but I also have things that I'm responsible to be at all week. It's easy to get tied up in the frustration of having to get all that done, just with the daily task and this, and feel pulled and being busy. But I can also choose a different perspective. So I just wrapped up 3 hours of client calls. I'm just off to the side of the road somewhere randomly in Missouri. Starling's got my back. But I get to choose my perspective is the point. And I can see how great things are, or I can see how frustrating they are. They're both true. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to move toward my goals and my dreams. And that requires me answering that call. No one's going to do any of this for me. And so my perspective from being frustrated and all that with having to make this drive and 10 hours I wish I didn't have to spend doing this, is also remembering deep down I get to do it in this van that I've dreamed about having. I get to spend an extra night in it. I get to sign books that people want to buy, that I wrote, that I created. Like, this is the fucking dream I've always had, is to be able to create for a living, to be able to live the life that I've always wanted to be slightly nomadic and on the move. This is what I've always wanted. So don't bitch now that you get it in any way. Or did it have to look also like this? Is this not enough? I don't want to miss out on that. And it's my perspective that allows me to stay excited about it no matter what the challenge is. And the better that I'm able to manage my perspective of events and be able to see how cool things are, the abundance in it, right? That, like, you know, how stoked I am that I get to drive my van across the state on a little mini road trip, stay the night and do all this. Like, I like getting to roam. I love getting to do this. Don't lose sight of it. Welcome home for the night. I'm somewhere in Kansas. Probably near Lawrence, so between Lawrence and Topeka. I gotta sign some books. So this is the new book, Handbook for the Living. I wanted to create a coffee table book with a combination of the essays and concepts that have helped me change my life. And so the way the book was meant to be read was kind of 52 chapters, 52 short essays, all in a row, journal prompt, where the photos were taken. And I really wanted to inspire people to want to travel, to want to do more, to want to step outside their comfort zone and really experience a life worth dying for. I'm very proud of the book. You can order yours. It's below. You can get one of these signed copies. In the meantime, this year I want to expand one of my skill sets, so I am taking a breathwork instructor course. So tonight, while I am signing books, I'm going to be doing that. Like, I got another 3 boxes to sign, and then call it a night. It's 12 degrees out. I'm dropping books off at the warehouse. I need to hit back on the road. I have a call to jump on at 9, and then I'm going to go back to the house. Enjoy a Sunday with my wife. Over time, after now 10 plus years of entrepreneurship, I love the whole thing still. Like, it's not just the building the business. It's not just executing on ideas. It's not just the following through. It's the all-encompassing pieces of it that really push me to be my best. It's figuring out how to make as much of the time that I have available intentional. That's a perspective I'm trying to keep, is remembering that these things of unnecessarily driving or dropping off books or writing a new course or putting together a new thing to talk about or creating new content or filming new podcasts, that all of this is part of what I wanted, was to be able to create for a living. And I'm really honored to get the opportunity to do that. I'm honored to have an audience that's interested. I'm honored to have the mindset that allows me to create. I'm stoked to have the authenticity to share what I think and continue to change as time goes on. For those of you who followed the channel, like, it's been a lot, from outside sales to Highland Games to injury to entrepreneurship with really leaning into the brand and then building the podcast and everything we've done over the last 10 years with it. And it just keeps evolving. I don't know that I necessarily like the idea of this next chapter, but this is what demands my best right now, and it's aligned with who I want to be, so it deserves my best. Figure out what it is the dream you have looks like mine being getting to create for a living, and realizing how many things get a chance to answer that call, how many things get the opportunity to push me to be my best, how many chances I get to show up as that best version of myself that I'm really interested in being. And that goes for you too. That once you get to this place of comfort in your life, of food, water, and shelter, that we've got a consistent job, that we're figuring things out, getting from there to great is a whole new strategy. And you have to change your perspective. You have to have a different mindset. You have to be able to find that internal fire, internal drive to keep you interested in going toward it. Because you not only have to identify the problems, you have to solve the problems, you have to figure out how to solve the problems, you have to figure out how to fund it, you have to figure out how to answer all the questions that living a life that's most authentic to you is. And it's hard. It's easy to fall in line. It's easy to do what's expected. It's easy to play it safe. Except for that piece inside of me that fucking feels like I'm dying, that I'm wasting my existence, that I'm wasting my time, that I'm not seeing what I'm truly capable of if I got rid of the fear, if I got rid of the self-doubt, if I built the self-confidence. If you want to change your perspective, like, a couple things I've got to help. One, I have a little mini gratitude course you can pick up at mattvincent.net. It's free. Please go check it out. It's how I use my mala. It's how I practice gratitude. And that's probably been the biggest shift to my perception, is getting better at realizing how great things are on a more regular basis. And if you guys are interested in my mala practice, let me know and I'll talk about gratitude in a whole video. Always party.